guys, me again, Aswad. And for this topic, tech thoughts, I want to share why you shouldn't subscribe to Apple apps, iTunes apps. So nowadays, if you go to the Apple iTunes on your phone, there you can subscribe to the apps, and now Apple has opened up this Pandora box where you can subscribe to apps, and everybody has taken the advantage of doing that. It's not all, but a lot, that you have to subscribe to them to get the full capability of the app. Even Apple has started the Apple Arcade, where you need to subscribe to them and to get the new games. Now, for people to understand, subscription to these apps and games means you have to pay every month. Even if you don't use it, you still have to pay for it. Now, if you're like me, you don't use the phone to play games so much, or you only use certain app sometimes, I think it's just a waste of money to be giving away to these big companies. Even to the small companies, look, or to the companies who are doing this, I'd rather pay full price for the apps rather than subscribing. And further, I will tell you the biggest reason, the main reason, not because you don't use it so much, but the main reason why you shouldn't subscribe to the apps or games is that you don't own them. You pay for them, but you don't own them. For example, what I mean is, if you buy a PS4 game at the store, you get the physical copy of the game, you own it. You own the game. But with this kind of system where you always now you buy the apps, they are not yours. They are in the cloud with Apple. You only buy the ability to use the apps or games that you purchase, but you don't own the physical copy. You own the right to play it, to download it on your phone and to play it. That's okay. To me, that's not the problem. The problem is sometimes, and it happened, I've been an Apple user for years. Sometimes those games or those apps were no longer compatible with the new iOS or new iPhone, so the developer delete those games and apps. They delete it. You cannot play with it. You cannot get the enjoyment to play. That's why I understand. You don't own them. It's just gone. For example, there was this great game by EA called Dead Space Mobile. Dead Space franchise on the PS4 is a fantastic game. So they released a mobile version for the iPhone. I love it. It's fantastic. I played it so many times, and I paid full price. I paid a lot of money to get all this. After they started have the in-app purchases thing happening, they started having they started selling items to increase your firepower in that space. Now I bought everything because I'm a big fan, but now you can't find the game anymore. I can't find the game anymore because maybe I'm not in the United States, or the game is just not compatible with the current gen, with the iOS. The current iOS, it's not compatible. So I paid full price, but I still don't own it. It's gone. And I've come to accept it, but in my head, it's not right. So if that is the case with the legit, you buy the full purchase thing, what about the subscription model? You subscribe, you don't own it. You don't really own that thing. The moment you turn off the subscription, you no longer can use that. But you paid a lot of money. And I'm talking about people who are living outside who are below the poverty line. You know, I'm not below poverty line, but we are not earning big bucks here, man. And of course, Apple have the right, all the app developers have the right, but you also have the right not to buy the thing, not to be a subscription, not to be a subscriber to the apps. I know it benefits the apps company, and Apple is doing that to encourage more developers to jump into the iOS system. I don't blame them, but the loser will be you. The loser will be us. I rather pay full price. Even though, like for example, I want to use Adobe so much, and then they limited some items from you can use it. It's already inside, but because you are not subscriber, you cannot use the tools in Adobe, some of the apps. So for me, I mean, they're doing like, I don't call it blackmail. They have the right. It's their app, and you get the main app free anyway. But I rather pay full price rather than subscribing. Even if one day the company will shut down, I rather pay full price to use the app. Because to me, I use the phone like a computer. I think a lot of people use the iPhone like a computer. In third world countries, in developing countries, a lot of people cannot afford computers, and they are heavy. They need to plug in big batteries and carry whatnot. The iPhone is a computer to a lot of people. So I don't think Apple understand this, or people in the rich country who are earning a lot of money understand this. But even developing country, you need to use your phone as a computer. And that's why I think Apple need to understand that, because all the Androids phones understand the phone as a computer thing. That's why you have very cheap phones, Android phones in India, in Africa, because those people use it for a computer. And Apple is still so expensive for our market. I don't think people can afford. So that's another topic. But for now, I hope don't subscribe. To me, it's not good, you know. It's not good for you, because you need to give up money. But you think if you're earning a lot of money, you can afford to let go of these things, then go ahead, you know. It's a choice. But I'm just giving you, if we are united, we don't want this kind of system, then we don't buy it, don't subscribe. And to apps, to games and apps, because you don't own it. That's what it means. You are just renting, giving money to rent the ability to use it. A subscription. That's what it means. So that's my point. I just want to make that point. So hopefully you find it useful, man. Okay, peace.